It's basically about a servant, a little guy, who's starving and is hired by this one master and discovers that there's another master that also may need his help. So he volunteers himself into the service of two masters. Thus we have the name of the play. So he can get paid twice and he can eat twice. And in the middle of that, there's conflicts between the young lovers and who's been betrothed to who, and the separation of lovers. And so there's another subplot that's about trying to get the young lovers together and the older lovers together and the new lovers together. It gives so many opportunities for music, for playfulness, for kind of tragic abandon. It has everything in it. It has everything. It has some poetry, and it also has this sort of knockdown, drag-out, farcical element that allows for great physical play. You know, we have this fantastic text that was written by Goldoni and adapted by Connie Congdon. It's fantastic, hilarious piece of writing. But within the spirit of commedia, a lot of the pieces were built on improvisation, from improvisation. And I actually believe that Carlo Goldoni wrote this play based on the actors' improvisations back in his day. And so what's important about the spirit of commedia is to try to keep that alive, keep it fresh, and allow the actors to have a certain amount of freedom to play, to find the game or the lazzo. And so certainly we're playing within a very, very tightly scripted text, but in the middle of that you have these jazz moments where you can leave the melody and have a solo, right? Or you can have a number of people soloing at the same time, or riffing on something, or playing with an idea that eventually will bring them back to the plot, and then off we go. But it's absolutely, I think, essential to the spirit of the commedia dell'arte to have the possibility of complete disaster. If you don't allow for the possibility of disaster, you're also not allowing for the possibility of triumph. Because the masks are, there's kind of a legacy of these masks that began in the marketplace or in the fairground or in the town square, where these commedia companies would come and would put on these shows that were based on a very slim scenario, but also the archetypes would always be sort of alive in the town, of the pompous mayor or the pompous doctor, the know-it-all guy, the con artist, the flim-flam guy, the downtrodden servant, the miserly master, right? These were archetypes that were all known and then could be made more specific for each performance in whatever town they went to. It was a tradition with the commedia dell'arte that there would always be musical elements involved in it. And what's interesting about it too is that part of the style demands that when you're performing, you're actually performing in the same scale that you would be singing, right? So it doesn't have that kind of naturalistic form of acting, but has a much grander, much more generous kind of approach. So it's very easy for a commedia character playing in this way to tip into song, whether it's a tragic song or a happy song or a love song. It's surprising and hilarious, and also kind of beautifully heartbreaking. It's in the surprise and the trigger of surprise that I think makes this piece so hilarious, because it just doesn't stop. It just keeps rolling.